a responsibility. I do this for Allah to teach everything that I learn. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave me a scholarship to get my master's in Islamic studies. And now I must give back everything that I learned. But it is with fear and trepidation that I stand before you, because if I promote something wrong and you promote it, I have the sin on me of all of you. And look at the misunderstanding that we dealt with today. And I know that some of you had a misunderstanding corrected today. Alhamdulillah.
What if you do it by mistake? If you don't know that you said something that is wrong.
But if you do it by mistake, sister, it means that you listen to someone that did not know. And this is why whatever you hear, you must check out. This is why that when I teach you something, I give you the Quran and the Hadith. This is the methodology, the only methodology that you should adhere to. If somebody is telling you about Islam and they're not giving you the proofs, then they are not a good teacher. They are not a worthy teacher. I'm sorry, but this is the way that you should learn. Somebody?
You are a good teacher.
MashaAllah. Pray for me. Did I answer your question, sister? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala criticized those who ask the message of Allah about a certain matter just for the purpose of being difficult or for being seen of men. Just as the children of Israel asked Musa alayhi salam out of stubbornness, rejection, and rebellion. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, and he who changes faith for disbelief, meaning whoever prefers disbelief to faith. Verily he has gone astray from the right way, meaning he has strayed from the straight path to the path of ignorance and misguidance. This is the case of those who deviated from accepting the Prophet ﷺ and obeying them, and also who kept asking their prophets unnecessary questions in defiance and disbelief. Just as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in Surah 14, verse 28 through, and I don't know, I made a mistake there. Have you not seen those who changed the blessings of Allah into disbelief by denying Prophet Muhammad and his message of Islam, and caused their people to dwell in the house of destruction, hell, in which they will burn, and what an evil place to settle. So these people that twist the truth of Islam, these silver-tongued preachers, they will be burning in hell. And that puts the fear of Allah in me when I stand before you that I should make a mistake. That's why I ask you to pray for me, because I'm human. And I am fallible. So you need to pray for your teacher, that Allah will protect me, that Allah will give me health so I can continue to teach. I ask you to do that. I ask you to ask Allah to forgive me. Perhaps I've sinned and I wasn't aware of it. Perhaps I've said something and made a mistake. Maybe in my haste. Abu al-Aliyah commented, they exchanged comfort for hardship. You see, a lot of people will ask questions because they want the Shaykh to give them the most rigid fatwa. They want difficulty. And they aren't happy. You'll see these people, folks, if you go to seminars, you will find these people that are not happy until the Shaykh says to them what they want to hear, which is the most astringent verdict. Many of the people of the Scripture, Jews and Christians, wish that they could turn you away as disbelievers after you have believed. So they will tell you what the Quran says, instead of you studying what the Quran says, instead of you questioning. Out of envy from their own selves, even after truth, that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is Allah's messenger has become manifest unto them. But forgive and overlook till Allah brings His command. Verily Allah is able to do all things. In verse 110, and perform the salah, and give the zakah, and whatever of good you send forth for yourselves before you, ye shall find it with Allah in your spiritual bank account. Certainly Allah is the seer of what you do. I want to thank you for your attention. I know that you're a little surprised about some of the things you heard today. Go back and study this, folks. It will be uploaded eventually on the computer and you can watch this class again. I cannot think of many things that are more important in terms of making dawah than having an understanding of this material. I think it is powerful. When people are pointing a finger at you and saying, you believe in stoning, how many fingers do they have pointing back to them? And it is their book that talks more about stoning than our book. And I challenge you, look it up. I love you all for the sake of Allah. That which I've said today that was good, all the glory is due to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That which I have said that is incorrect or an error is from my arrogance and my ego. May Allah forgive me and forgive us. I'm going to ask that we cut the camera off, and then if there are any more questions or things that were not clear, I'd like to take care of those now. Those questions that we had before.